All right, so it's 9 what right now?
In 3 miles, take the American
9 a.m. exactly? Yeah, 8:59. We're headed to the airport. I'm about to get on a flight.
You're headed to the airport.
Well, we're headed to the airport because you're dropping me off. But yeah, super exciting. I'll kind of explain a little bit more. But basically, we got to go pick up the plate from Chickies. And yeah, we'll go from there. Got the plate, got some chop. Let's get to our gate. This is why we're here. We mainly came to look at this one to become the new tow rig, but that one's 4-wheel drive. Taking a look because Mendy Imports is sick of not having a truck. Wow, but this one's nice and tall over here, so this is not bad at all. Much bigger too. Oh, decisions. Basically, this is $7,000. That other one's $7,000. 4-wheel drive. This one is not 4-wheel drive, but bigger. Has windows on the side. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. If you guys are interested, these are for sale. He's asking $7,000 basically for all the ones he's got. This one's 4-wheel drive. That one's 4-wheel drive. Stuck in 4-wheel drive. This one's not stuck in 4-wheel drive, but it's nice and ready to go. Running and driving. And this one's 2-wheel drive. That's available as well. This one's had the engine replaced on it as well as the transmission. So great solid units that are ready to go. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll get you in contact with Mike. Very, very nice guy. We're gonna finalize this one and then head home. I even get to drive the Kubota, the K truck of America. All right, so now we start the trek back home of about 5 hours and 35 minutes is what it says on the GPS. So just shy of 6 hours. We're cruising probably between 65 and 70. All right, so it's our first stop. I'll show you one of the cool features about this ambulance here. It is hydraulic brakes, but it has an air parking brake. And look, when you put it there, it automatically goes into park, like the parking brake, which is sick. So, first fuel stop. We're just shy of a quarter tank, and we're gonna fill this thing up with some diesel. I try to get out of here, but so yeah. I'm not turning it off because the batteries are pretty dead, so I don't know how that's going to be, but as it's pumping, I'll give you a quick tour. We'll see how big this diesel tank is. If I was going to speculate, it's probably a 25-gallon diesel tank. We're at 410 for diesel here, so we're going to let it fill up, but this is it. This is freaking exciting. I was talking to Teggy on the phone with Megan. Everybody thinks I'm kind of crazy for buying an ambulance, but as the time goes on, you'll know why. But basically, we got to get it to Teggy's. We're going to remove all the decals that, you know, don't need to be there. I think it would be cool to repurpose some of the decals. Like, maybe take the state of West Virginia and do something with, like, Mendy Imports on the side. I think that'd be pretty cool. But it says, "We are united, we stand. In God we trust." And those are decals. Maybe we'll take that off. Maybe we'll take this off. Definitely take that off and all that. But I like the American flag on the side of it. I think it's pretty cool. But one of the key features about this, which is really cool, is when you open the back, notice what happens. Oh, I guess you got to open both doors, but yep, you do have to open both doors. That's right, that's the air ride. So it drops down so that you can get in here. One of the selling features of this particular one that I really liked was foyer timer. Huh, interesting. What I really liked is this. I'm 6 feet tall and I can fully stand up on this. Obviously there's a bar here that I can whack. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's got a camera in here. I didn't even notice this. As I'm going through it, I'm you know, learning new things, but basically this will become the Mendy Imports tow rig. There is still kind of infectious materials, so there's syringes in there that I'll get rid of. It was a full-fledged working ambulance before I bought it, so but let me show you the rest outside. But first we'll close so it can go back to lifting back up to where it needs to go. So you can see it's pumping up the bags. Anyways, the cool thing about it is it does have storage compartments that are pretty big and massive. So, you know, you can store things in here that may need for towing and whatnot. It looks like this is probably for a light, so it's set up with a light. It might have automatic locks on the doors, but each door is able to lock. It's got this pretty big drawer, so I can put like straps in here, and then it does have a lock here. So a lot of cool things. This massive compartment here with the inverter and everything. All the electrical is hooked up right here, and with a vacuum pump too that they have that's for suctioning out things. It does come with AC and heater all combined in it, but I could also plug it in here so that, you know, it keeps everything charged. But look at this massive area here. This is where the oxygen tank would normally go. So yeah, so this is a huge compartment that we can do something with, maybe turn it into a shower. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But freaking massive. Thank you. Massive, massive. All the lights still function. The sirens function. It's got an air horn, which is sick. I do have to replace the grill, so I got to get that ordered. I found it. I just wasn't sure if I was going to replace it or not, but yeah. Passenger seat, we're at $87, so 21 gallons. So maybe it's a bigger tank. But we'll see how far this gets us. We're about, I want to say 5 hours from home. It's a diesel. I can really fill that up. I wanted to top it off, so it looks like 27 gallons right now, $111. But you can see it's pretty much topped off to the top, so we'll see what kind of gas mileage we get there. Something really cool about it too is it's got a stack on the side, and the exhaust is going out through there, which is nice. But it does have another one on the other side too. Not currently blowing, which is sick. So cool. Well, anyways, I got to get back on the road. I do have to get a new mirror because this broke. Probably a new mount, but that's in the works. It's power mirror, so it might be expensive, but got to use the bathroom and hit the road. Had to stop and get some provisions. Left it running again because I don't know where the batteries are at as far as charge, and I just don't want to risk it. I did lock it, however. All right, so we're in Pennsylvania, probably I should say maybe another hour from the border of, I think, Delaware and then into Jersey. There it is. I just wanted to show the moon. It's insane how low it is and how bright it is. It literally feels like I can grab it. It's right there. It looks like one of the street lights. It's kind of insane. So you would have just seen the clip of me driving. I feel really bad for the guy in front of me and the couple people that have happened, but basically I know why, but I'm still trying to like understand it, and I'm laughing because it's so dumb the way that this keeps happening. You can't see it because it's super dark, but basically, trust me, and I'll show it later on my left foot there is a very like super sensitive button that you just tap with your foot lightly and it makes the air horn go off. The other one is here, which you can't see because my finger is kind of dark. And then the other one is over there next to the cigarette outlet. But then there's another one on the passenger right. So I was just making the corner and my foot just slightly tapped. And this guy, unfortunately, got an air horn, which I did not mean to do. But yeah, so needless to say, I got to move at least the two on the feet. I don't think it's necessary to have them there. I think it's more than enough with the ones that are on the dash, or the one that's on the dash there, and the one on the steering wheel. And I got to figure out how to get the regular horn to work. But anyways, we're probably about an hour out from home, and I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty beat. Taking a flight, or getting up kind of early to get on a flight, and then to take an Uber, and then to drive 5 hours home, or 5.5 hours. Definitely takes it out of you, and it feels like I've been driving for ages. But yeah, anyways, talking a lot. Hopefully I'll get you a full tour of the before anything happens to this, and then the after. I will say the after won't come in this video. I think it'll just be a whole series of what I do to the ambulance. But for starters, you may not be able to see me, and if you can, great. If you can't, then whatever. But we need to get a hitch on here because this is what's going to be towing for us. What's going to be towing the K carts. I got to find a bigger trailer. I'm thinking about maybe a 32-footer, but or a 30-footer, but it's kind of hard to say. With a 30-footer, I can fit 3K cars, maybe pushing it, but I think I can. And that'll give us a little bit more room. But the thing is, it's just a lot of weighing in things that I should and should not do. The 20-footer that I have right now barely fits 2K cars. So ideally, like Jimmy's 24-footer would be perfect, or if I can find another one. But basically, it becomes a hassle as to where I'm going to store it and the pitch of it and whatnot. So yeah, as it is, I don't know where I'm going to park this thing. But hopefully it fits in one of my spots back home. And if it doesn't, then maybe it'll have to take 2 spots. But I don't know. Everything's up in the air. Tonight when I get home, I guess will be the real test. If I can park this in the spot that the rental is currently at, or if I'm going to park it on the street for the time being. But for now, we're going to drive home, get there, and then I got to pass out because you're seeing this video at a separate time. Maybe you saw the port video before. But I'll be going back to the port with Red, who's going to pick up his Suzuki Wagon RR, who we have been anticipating for a while to get, and it's finally here. So, yeah, if you didn't watch that video, you should go watch that video. But yeah, for now, I'll leave you here, and I guess I'll pick the camera back up when either I get home or we got some more daylight. All right, so we made it back home. I just turned on the lights just to see what it has. Definitely need to go to LEDs if possible, but I got the lights on now. And then I think if you were to open this, let's see if I unlock it here. So I believe if I open these up, oh no, but I guess not. I thought these would come on, but, or maybe they do. So there it goes, dropping down so you can get in. Oh, so yeah, you kind of get an idea of what the back or the rear is. So this does a bunch of different things. So I guess dome. Wow, it makes it like super, super bright. That's crazy. Cot dome. Let's see. Wow. This thing like lights everything up. It's kind of cool. Lights everything up back here. This is quite interesting. I gotta figure out the cameras. I thought turning this area back here on would help, but I guess not. So let's shut it all down. Yeah. And let's get the heck out of here. We gotta figure out where we're gonna park this tonight. So if you're as curious as I was if this would fit in my apartment, it fits right in between the lines. Literally in between the lines, backs up enough to where it needs to go. So if I needed to daily drive this, it would be annoying to park because of how close this is, but as long as Megan's car is out of the way, we're pretty golden. So yeah, that's exciting.